Hey, what's up? This is Jared with the App Podcast. We're brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Here are some coupon codes for you to use. Save some money over at GoDaddy.com, and you'll notice the explanation of those coupon codes as well. So today we're going to take a look at ICEBeacon, which is an app that is going to help you get out of emergency situations. It really explains it plain and simple right here. You press the green button to activate the in case of emergency beacon. A text message alert will be sent to a group of pre-selected numbers which you'll set up in the phone, and then your emergency information will also be texted to that person as well. So you're first going to want to go and set up your information, your in case of emergency information here. You can put in your personal information, a picture, allergies, medical conditions, all that stuff, your medical insurance, doctor, contact, and then the SMS numbers that you want to be texted. I'm not going to show you that because it actually does have my number in it. So anyhow, you set those up, and you do need to remember that you have to use the country code. So in the case of the United States, you would put the number 1 before your area code and then the phone number so that it'll work, because obviously this app can be used internationally. You just have to put your country code in. So now that I've done that, I have my medical information entered here, as much of it as I care to add, and I just click Edit to go and tap in and add those things as simply as entering information is for the iPhone. And so upon launch of this app, I would just hit Activate ICEBeacon, and you can see it. The button went gray for a minute, and now it's green again, and I have gotten a text message. I set it up to text myself, obviously, so that I could show you exactly what happens here. So it gives me a text message with the alert information, which is pretty cool. So if I had this set up to notify maybe my wife or my mother or my doctor or something like that, this would be an interesting, easy way to get that information over to them so that when they came to respond to whatever the situation is, they knew exactly what to expect as far as allergies and all that stuff, to tell paramedics or whatnot. So I can also call 911 from within this app. I am not going to demo that function. I assume you can put 2 and 2 together as to what would happen if I tapped that button. So we're not going to do that. So anyhow, this app is very useful, especially for those that are sickly or getting older and need to make sure that they have some sort of a response system in place. If you are a snowboarder, skier, or whatever, most ski resorts around have some sort of a 3G connection or a cell phone tower nearby, so you would be able to use this. From what I've understood, it just sends out that text message. I don't think there is any location data involved or whatnot, but this app could be used for a multitude of reasons when it comes to emergencies happening and some personal information needing to get sent out to people to potentially help. So one thing I did notice is I was trying to use this app while connected to a Wi-Fi network, and that did not seem to work. I could have just been having a little bit of bad luck with that connection, but once I turned off Wi-Fi and was connected to 3G, it seemed to work just fine. So if you cannot get this app to work, it may be because you are connected to a Wi-Fi network and you need to not be. And so obviously if you're out doing something like skiing or snowboarding or some sort of extreme event, sports or whatnot, you probably would not be connected to a Wi-Fi network anyways, so that doesn't really matter. So anyhow, this is a great little app, a nice way to notify people in case of emergency. Obviously you have to be able to activate it in order for it to work, but it could save some lives. So I definitely recommend you check it out and have something like this available should you be going and doing some sort of activity that you could get injured or could get stuck somewhere. It would be a nice way to send out that information. So that's going to do it for a review of ICEBeacon in case of emergency. Take care, and we'll see you next time on the App Podcast.